Smart 24, driving business.
Welcome back from the break. This is still Women in Business. I'm Doreen Kemcha, and this is Smart 24 TV. Now, remember, this is a series, Women in Tourism. And we're talking about all those fundamentals. We have amazing stories and journeys from women that have started off, from others that have been pushed into it unknowingly, and then they come back and tell us, you know what, I didn't know how I started or how I got into this, but there is so much opportunity and I'm loving it. Okay? And the good thing about it is that when they start and then they come back and tell us their journeys, guess what? There are opportunities that they're telling us about. So please listen in carefully and seize these particular opportunities. On this episode, we're still talking to Ewafe's founders. Yes, we have right now one, Aisha, and there's another partner of hers, Mariam. So these amazing young ladies started off something, and please look them up as well. You'll get to know. You can find all this information on our social media pages as well and get to know what they are doing. Aisha.
Yes, Doreen.
This started off, this is culture.
Yep.
Okay, culture tourism.
Culture tourism.
You cannot stand there as an ambassador alone, solo. Yes? And the community is working well, partnership, working hand in hand. How is it working so far? Because we know when it comes to culture, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
There's always something that someone can give.
Definitely.
But we also know that if you don't put up some sort of boundaries, and you're very vague from the very beginning, it can bounce to be as chaotic as possible.
Definitely.
How is it working for you?
Well, as a Wafe Culture Village, how do we engage our community? We sat with my co-founder Mariam and we're like, okay, what is the best way of engaging interested people? Because if we just reach out to them, like hand-picking, it may be hard for us. So we reached out to the local, what is it called? Local radio station, or Chizindalo.
Yes.
And then we made an announcement, a call for expression of interest. So whoever listened to that and really had interest, approached that the chairman LC1. That's where our Nagalama, radio station is. So we got a few forms, applications, and like, okay. So we didn't really do a lot of interviews because by the time a village person writes and expresses interest, so we called them up and then we took them through a training. Training was number one because we needed to have, how village people be.
You're the same page, but also
aligning them to our vision and then letting them know of how everything is going to run. So we've had, I think, 2 series of trainings. And yes, people have really, cleanness, general presentation, delivering, the actual. So we even came up with small manuals on delivering. Yes, they know these things, but professionalism is always key. Yeah, is always key. So that is how we are working with our community. We have working MOUs.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So they are part-time. I could say part-time workers as at a WAFE, and they are remunerated at a wage basis.
Well, there's that sense of ownership. Yes?
Yeah.
That comes in, and it becomes a community pride.
Yes.
Right? Something to be proud of. And guess what? Even as they are so proud of it, you also, in one way or another, they, I think, begin to be aware of the impact of some of their activities. That's where environmental conservation comes in.
Let me tell you how happy the few people who've interacted with the WAFE, the community in particular, how proud they are. One, we've informed them about the opportunities that come with the WAFE, to them in particular. The few who already are part-timing working with us, it's a plus, they're earning whenever we get guests. But 2, we get supplies.
Yes.
We do not come to Kampala
to buy
these things. The local chicken we use, where is it coming from?
From them.
The matoke.
From them.
We do fruit feasting. Where do the fruits come from? We have a local shop. at the village, whose products are there? It's products from the community. The dancers who welcome our visitors, they are children from the village.
Yes.
So, and even the excitement to see tourists in a van sloping at their village.
Yes.
Trust me, it excites these people. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I could say for us, the founders, as well as, and they are picking interest. Even those who haven't interacted, we are now, the few who have gotten the benefit or who are seeing, the opportunities, they are informing them about, these different opportunities.
In most cases, whenever something like that happens, this relationship with the community, the fears, I can believe, now for the person watching outside there, yes, and this is why they prefer, let me keep this thing small where it's manageable, yes? The fears behind for the person who is watching right now could be that, now community, we've already said, you know what, we have a guest of, we have an interest of around 20 that are coming, yes? Mama so and so is going to be doing this, the other, and then all of a sudden this person comes up, no particular warning in advance, and then they say, oh, Omwana Yarwadde.
Yes.
Now that Omwana Yarwadde scenario.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, in the training, we tackled something like that. What I tell my community people is effective communication. Please communicate to us, because my visitors don't just say we are coming tomorrow or today in the afternoon. It's always a prior booking, okay? So I always inform for example, we have like a trip on 13th of August. I already informed them. So Ugandans, we have a challenge of communication and time management. People don't communicate, people don't keep time. But me being in some of those white countries, I've learned some of these dynamics, and it is what I want to instill in the people I work with. You communicate to Omwana Yarwadde, oba leero wagenze wafiiriddwa, you communicate to us. So we have substitutes. Everyone is role, we at least have 2 or 3 people that can do the same. So we actually make sure that all the team players at the center, everyone can do someone else's, however much it may not be at the very best, but have the basic, because we could have visitors anytime.
Just in case anything happens.
Yes, so we have substitutes, and then also effective communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, to the person out there who wants to be able to start this up, yes?
Yeah.
Key points, yes?
Yeah.
Think about it. Plan prior. Get some sort of training on what you expect. Especially reach out to others.
Yeah.
Please don't think that you're going to be the one-man show.
Alpha and the omega.
Reach out to others. Reach out to others who have done it, or someone in UTB, or someone within tourism, or someone who is already doing it. So that you can find out and steer away from the mistakes that they made in the very beginning. Number 2, if it's going to be coming to your home, right? And you're going to give us a little bit of insight on that. How prepared are they for the home visit? How prepared are they for the home visit? Would it be a home visit whereby the visitors are going to bump into the same latrine? Those are the sanitation, facilities. Yes, that your child of of 1 year has just come from, Those are things you have to think about, and this is why you guys decided to put something separate from your home premises.
Issues, there are those, what can I call, enablers. Let me use the term enablers. Like the washroom. Like a center where people, and a good environment. Yes, however much it's culture. I want to repeat the scenario you've just mentioned. At least they need a good toilet, good water facility, a good safe place to leave their bag as they're experiencing these, a very good plate to eat their food, not the other,
usual.
So of course there are those, let me call them enablers, because once they are off, they actually kill everything. They kill the experience. If someone goes into a dirty pit latrine, definitely they won't be happy. However much the experience of taking them, it's however much it's good. So we made sure that we have these enablers well placed, for our clients to have a good experience.
Because I think you even had an experience, yes, in another place that you visited.
Yes.
In trying to get acclimatized, get all this information.
The info,
before you
yes,
start
yes.
And I believe also that we've been able to see some of this, and this is why there are a couple of other things, such as this, like you're doing in different places.
Yeah.
Come to our home, eat with us, have a meal, cook with us, yes? Cook with us your lunch and stuff like that. But when you come to think about it and the experience that you went through, is it better and wiser to actually be able to know that this is homestead? Yes? And maybe the other facility for a wafe is a little bit on the side? Is it better to split them up?
Not necessarily, but even if it's someone's home, but prepare it in a way that it is welcoming to your visitor. Even you particularly, you should be comfortable with it. Because if you're making it business, you think about the customer. What does my customer want? That is the first point. Will they find a dirty sitting room? Will they find a dirty kitchen? So think about it in that context. So given the viability of the space and the resources, it's up to you to either put it separately or even leave it in. Actually, it would be even much better inside. Yeah,
the homestay.
But it depends on the arrangement.
Hospitality.
Yes.
Let's talk about hospitality. Let's talk about hospitality. It's not just enough to say, oh, welcome. Yes?
Yeah.
It's not just enough. What are those nitty-gritties that in your journeys you have seen that now you're very keen on? Very, very keen on that. Maybe at the very beginning, before you had even started, you weren't like very keen on.
Thinking about them.
Yeah. Ugandans, we are known to be the most hospitable people on the globe. We are very welcoming. But going deep down into that Uganda culture, we are very hospitable. Oh my God. Speak for yourself.
They are...
And the other tribes will also say the same.
There is being happy, welcoming someone.
Yeah.
But I think at a wafe, it goes an extra mile with serving them with this cold banana juice, or what you can call mubisi. That we also serve our visitors the coffee beans. In Buganda, that is traditionally it's a sign of friendship. Untaba Luganda. By the time I give you this coffee and you eat it, you're my friend, and this friendship grows forever. So we bring it to life. We bring it to life and serve our people in the Ndeku, the Movisi. We give them, the coffee bean, and then the fruits come in. Yeah. So it's more of fun, engaging with the community, because that's what we are selling. That's our product. We are selling our culture norms. Yes. And they are pretty exciting to people who've never actually experienced them, like our international guests. Yeah. It's always, they go back with this memory. Yes. It is beyond, what can I call it? It's a connection, it's an immersion, it's an experience. Yeah. Where someone is engaging and they go back with a friend. And when you talk about this, it's an experience, these are memories that they get to talk about even to others. Yeah. So even as we do this, please, let's not be flippant. Yes? Yeah. Let's not be flippant. Let's just not take it just far. Right? Definitely. Let's not just look at the money aspect of it. You must love it. Yeah. You must be passionate about it. Definitely. The passion has to be number one. Number one. Yes. You must really give this. And someone can know it. You can't fake something. Definitely. You can't fake it. Staged. So it has to come natural. Because now I'm imagining those ones who are looking out and saying, ha, sent away is new one. Yes? Yeah, you can organize, put a lot of money, but if it doesn't flow, yes, it becomes staged, it becomes like in a theater, So people have to feel that experience. Let them connect with these village people, listen to the stories. Yeah. That's why our program sometimes is not fixed, like our itinerary. Because you can find a visitor comes, for them they want to be in the garden. Yes. Full full time.
Yes.
You know, even for experientials, we've had, I think we had like 2 students before we actually officially started, and they were there for their exchange program for like 2 weeks.
Really?
And they were just going in the garden, that normal routine, you know. So
Wake up in the morning, go to the garden.
go to the garden. They was learning about the different food species we have here, the fruits, you know, making some research here and there.
So you have the opportunities not only for just domestic tourism, yes, but also international tourism,
Definitely.
the study tours.
The study
tours are many.
Yes,
as
you know
well.
the curriculum changed and
Yes,
it's
yes.
a little more practical now.
Yeah.
All the curriculum for both lower primary and secondary. So
Yes.
as a WAFA, we're actually targeting at students, schools to do study tours. We are still building the product of schools in particular, but it's something we are looking at, you know, to give them, because we have fishing ponds, so the fishing experience is there, then the farm tours, then even these the child upbringing. How do we best
Bring up a child.
bring up a girl child, a boy child? What values do we instill? What, you know, some of the things they need to know.
It's
so
huge.
It's a niche. It's a niche we are looking at.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a enormous opportunity.
And when you start, this is what we talked about. When you start, the door keeps opening,
That is
opening.
the
You
thing.
learn.
Even people who want to like build you up,
Yeah.
they, like I said, they always find you
Moving.
So once they see that you have started, they always come up with their ideas. So you be open. Someone should be open to new ideas, but again, not take everything.
Ah, yes.
Because they may end up diverting you. Like we had people say, can't we make it a restaurant? Can't we make it this? Can't we, you know? So stick to your idea, but just accept ideas that take you.
And then see which ones align with your vision.
Definitely.
You have to keep growing. Let me ask, because you started off, what would you be, now that you have already started moving, yes? What is that moment where you say, I wish I had known this, I would have done this differently? What is that moment of, it's not regret, because you've just started off just a couple of months back, and you are moving on, you are learning, you are growing. But however, right now, as we are seated, what is that thing that you say, I wish I had known, I would have changed A, B, C, D?
Well, maybe making a bit, making the set a bit bigger.
Yes.
Because I made it a bit smaller, so you find that if you get like bigger numbers, you have nowhere to accommodate them. So maybe that is something I think I wish I had known before. I would have made up a bit, like, you know,
a bigger one.
Yeah. Then also something maybe which I would maybe incorporate before. I would maybe invite in, before the actual setup, I would invite in like culture guides, culture tour operators, so that we build onto, mainly on the structure and the outlook. Of course, what I put up was my own thinking, but maybe I would have embedded them at the start, though I'm just bringing them now, but maybe I would have.
Now, what excuse do you have? You know, we're even giving these ones, you're literally jumping. If you were supposed to take a couple of miles, 10 miles, yes? Given what you have just said now, what the things that you'd have changed like last time, if you were starting, literally this person who is meant to start gets to jump a couple of,
now someone who is just starting, please first get to the people who've done it before, learn from their mistakes, you know, reach out to these, in particular for that specific, you know, line of business. If it's culture tourism, if it's agro-tourism, we now have some models that, you know, have come up with. So I would advise people to first go there, visit them, learn the experience, engage with the founders, you know, before they can start theirs.
What have been your particular challenges that you say, okay, we don't like to keep this gendered, however, we're also aware that there are a couple of other issues that come in business, especially because we are women. What are those particular challenges that you say, this particular challenge is here, it was here to kill me, but I have, I have gone through?
Like I said, capital is always a very big one.
Is an
Trust
issue.
me, we had issues with cash, with capital, not actually cash.
Yes.
Because there was construction here and there, there was, interior designs, exterior designs, landscaping and all that. So funds have been a challenge. And then also, right now, I could say another challenge we have is we are not yet known.
Yeah.
We need to do extensive marketing and PR, for people to get to know about the center, because we've just started anyway. So, and then also the challenge of getting the community to align with our vision was a challenge because some of them were thinking it's Gubanga Mkolo.
Yes.
I told them it's an experience. This is, so they didn't really putting them to think with me.
First way, Gubanga Mkolo. Come,
So
we have fun, make merry to
tugende tulinako just abagenyi ne bagamba no si just bagenyi bano they are customers.
Yes.
So we have to handle them in this special way. We have to keep happy. We have to safeguard their property. We have so aligning the community was also a hard one. Some people would just come dressed anyhow. So we had to come up with some proper uniform, community. So it was a bit of hard, but we are moving.
Yeah.
We are aligning them slowly by slowly.
Rubanga Mukolo. I think what it teaches us is that you don't assume.
No, you don't assume things.
You don't assume
that the community will be there. No.
Yes.
You have to actually go, and we actually made demos. Show us. At times people assume they know these things. They will come, they'll take shot this. No,
Yeah.
There's need to a little bit of panel beating, training, aligning them to what you actually want.
Having the foundation of tourism before you started out, yes, and knowing that there were these particular opportunities, which I think also enabled you, kept nourishing your dream, kept growing bigger, because you got to see other places. The French are doing this, the Swiss are doing this. These different, everyone is doing this apart from us.
Yes.
Yes, on a big level. What are those opportunities right now that you get to see and you say, I wish the Ugandan woman out there knew. I wish she knew that this is there and for the taking, waiting for her. And you can't even spread yourself like Finn. You can't be in Kitgum. You can't be in Serere. You can't be in Karamoja. Yes? So for the women out there with their different partners, the men, what is that opportunity right now, Aisha, that you say, seize, wake up and seize this?
What I can tell someone there,
basically
passionate about culture, community tourism.
Yes.
There is something you can do. Why did I say passionate? Someone needs to have the passion for this. Okay? Like I said before, culture tourism here in Uganda, it's actually, I could say it's not yet there. It's not growing.
Yes.
We are just starting.
Actually, what has been happening is you get small bits and bits of this, never the entire package.
Yes. And we have, I could say, already the tourism circuits are known. We have the Western Circuit, the Eastern Circuit. Circuits I'm talking about, usually when a client books to a fatua in Uganda, either you start from the Western Circuit or the Northern Circuit or Eastern, So these circuits are known. So wherever you are, that means you can do something. At your circuit somewhere, either it can be a stopover where people just come, refresh, have a drink,
and continue.
That's an opportunity.
Yeah.
2, crafts, handcrafts, making something. Even if it's just branding, T-shirts or something.
Yes.
You can do something in that sort. 3, something like we are doing as a wafi, and you package it as a whole. A culture experience. All the different tribes, there is something unique about them.
Yeah.
You, which tribe are you? Can't you do something about that?
Yeah.
But I'll sum that up with passion first. Then you look out for that, for your niche.
What's my main worry right now? I think my main worry is commercializing this. Yes? It's not necessarily commercializing it. It is the other aspect of commercialization. Whereby someone understands the opportunity that is here, right, within cultural tourism. They come in to milk the opportunity, but then they end up watering it down to such a moment that it leaves a bad taste to the client.
To the client, yes.
We are talking about experiences. When you look at areas such as maybe the Ndere Center, these places year in, year out.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had people ask me, why is it that this guy here is still giving the same thing every time?
And people still go there.
And people still go there.
Yes.
And even you yourself will go there.
Definitely.
Because every time it is a fresh experience as if they have just started.
Yes.
You know? And that is the amazing part. So even as you come in and you are taking advantage of this opportunity, please keep it an experience. Keep it fresh. Plan for it, but also keep the other person's needs aware, and also your outlook. By the time you begin getting bored with what you are doing, that means maybe it is time to change a couple of things, or take a back seat and bring someone passionate.
You know, when you're offering a service, however much it may be the same service, how, Doreen, you perceive some service? For example, let me say the Luombo cake may be a bit more of testing and what, but maybe the local brewing process and me, how I'll perceive it, it will totally be different.
Yes.
Okay? So a service, in how we offer it, has to be, you need the amenities, the surrounding area. So you need to be enriching it day in, day out, you know, to have a very great experience. Remember, your client is not taking anything away in particular, so they are just paying for that feel.
Yes.
Okay?
The experience.
The experience, the memory they are going to pick away from here. What, you know, what will they say about your service, you know, at the end of the day? So I would think it would be more of like continuous improvement. One on the physical amenities which are there, and then also the intangible on the way of offering it, you know, to be a bit different every time.
Please take note of these things. This is like, you are literally cheating. You are literally helping them jumpstart something. You are literally helping them skip miles and miles using your own experience, using your own journeys. And this is what we love about it. This is what we love about the inspiring journeys of women in business, because they help you skip the hustle, and move on to something. You learn from the mistakes and the journeys of others. Please contact us. Let us know. Those ones who are interested in being mentored in cultural tourism, how to start. Whether you are in Fort Portal, you are in Kabalembara, you are in Soroti, you are in all these different Kitgumgulu. If you are interested in getting to meet these wonderful people, the women in tourism that we have been highlighting, please let us know. Let us know, because we will not come to you forcing you. You must be passionate. You must want it. You must be able to.
You must be thirsty for this.
Exactly. And that is the reality about it. So let us know if you are interested. Wrap it up, Aisha. Let the person right now who is listening to you and looking at us right now, let them know that it is workable.
Yes.
It is workable.
Ladies and gentlemen, out there. It is very workable. It is very possible, I could say, to start. But once you start, please move. And you should learn every day. You should learn from your mistakes, I could say. And then also on a daily, add on a break. Get feedback from the, from the very first customers, or whoever customer. Make sure you get feedback. Because there's always something this person will transfer to you. So pick it. You can either do a suggestion box, or you can ask them immediately, or create a link. However much they say everything is nice, but they could have a suggestion or a point which you need to rectify or something. So please start however small you are, either in your house, or you're doing crafts, or you're doing agrotourism. Brand it. Brand. Make noise out there on social media. Social media is free. It's all about you posting something. Get someone to do for you very good graphics, because it's always appealing. So create your brand and then push it out there. Trust me, you'll always have a client, and from 1 to 2 to 3, you'll grow.
Seize these opportunities, women. Seize these opportunities. These opportunities are there for the taking. You have no excuse, like no excuse to come in and say, oh, right? You have no excuse.
Yeah.
Because the women that we bring to you have started. They have learned. Actually, you just started off a couple of months back, right?
Yes.
How many months? Like real, like for real. 3-4 months? Like 3-4 months. Just hit us with it. 3-4 months?
About 3.
Actively. 3 months behind.
Yeah.
But she is intentional. The team is intentional on making this work. So please be intentional. Dream it, make it work, be intentional. This is Women in Business. Kemcha Doreen. Today we had Aisha from Ewafe Cultural Village, part of our series on women in tourism. See you next time, and I hope you're learning something. Bye-bye.
Smart 24, driving business.